Hey guys, and welcome back to another pickups video. And these are the most recent pickups. It's the April edition, and I've got quite a lot of games here. Not as much as usual, but yeah, I'm running a little late on this video as well. I'm finding it hard to set aside the time to do these videos, on time, since I've been working a lot. And yeah, whenever I got a few hours to spare, I usually just plant my ass in the couch and play some video games instead. But today I had the weekend off, so I decided to set aside a few minutes or so to do this video, because I really enjoy making videos like this and watching them. But I'm really surprised at the dedication of some YouTubers who can set aside that amount of time for shooting and editing and all that stuff. Because I usually just feel like, oh, I got some free time, I just want to enjoy myself, play some video games, not just talk about video games here and forget to play them. So that's what I've been doing. I've been playing quite a lot of games. Anyway, these are all the pickups from April, and yeah, let's start with a batch of games I actually bought in, I got them at I got a fair price from a guy who sold these, as a batch. It's a couple of N64 games, and yeah, first things first, Pilotwings 64. The contents in this box are in pretty nice condition. The box, however, I would probably like to change, but since it was so cheap, I thought it was a no-brainer. I just had to pick it up. This is pretty horrible. To everyone out there, I apologize for this. In this batch was also, this game was included. And I don't own this game, and it's not, something that you really want to add to your collection because it's not rare, it's not even good. But it was included in the batch, and I hadn't tried this one out before. I had just heard everyone saying it's complete garbage, so I actually popped it in, and yeah, pretty horrible. Probably one of the worst games I've ever played. And usually when a game is getting a lot of heat, it's getting a lot of flack, I tend to enjoy the game. So I thought, well, maybe Superman 64 ain't that bad. Was I ever wrong? I'm 100% with you guys who think that game is crap, because it is. Nuclear Strike 64 in pretty good condition. This is actually a pretty fun game, so I was happy to get that in the batch. Fighting Force 64. Never tried this one out. I played I think it's the Dreamcast version or the PlayStation 1 version. Can't remember which one of them I tried. And it's a pretty decent 3D beat-em-up game. Yeah, and it was included in the batch and in good condition. So I'm all for that. Also included was Fighter's Destiny. I've never played this one. It's a fighting game, a rather early fighting game for the N64, and this one is in well, pretty much perfect condition. The contents, the cartridge still has the plastic bag. The manual is in perfect shape, and the box is very well preserved. So it was nice to add that one to the collection. And the last game in the batch was Biofreaks, which is another fighting game. And I've heard that it's not all that good. It's from Midway, so I think it runs on the Mortal Kombat engine, but I'm not sure because I haven't had the time to try it out yet. But anyway, the game itself, the box and all the content is in beautiful condition, so I'm happy to add that one to my collection. Some obscure N64 games are always nice. Picked up a game for the Sega Game Gear. I usually pick up games for the Game Gear, you know, one at a time. That's because in complete condition they're pretty hard to come by, I think. Anyway, this is Crystal Warriors. I haven't tried it one out yet, but it's in perfect condition. So I'm pretty happy with that. Also picked up a 3DS game on the cheap. It was found in a bargain bin for, I don't know what it will be in American dollars. In pounds it would be, I think it's £2, British pounds, and I don't know what that's in dollars. It's probably like $4 or something. I don't know. And that's Cubic Ninja for the Nintendo 3DS. Tried it out a bit. It's not all that great, but for £4, it's sure I can buy that. In the same bargain bin for, I think it was $2. It was insanely cheap. Was Duke Nukem Critical Mass, also called Critical Ass, by some, because it's supposedly a pretty bad game. Haven't tried it one out yet, but you know, for $2, you can't go wrong with that. I can handle some critical ass for $2, if you know what I'm saying. For the PS2 I picked up a game that I've been wanting quite a long time, and I don't really know why I haven't picked this one up yet. It's Harvest Moon, Save the Homeland. This is the American version. It was never released here in Europe. Haven't had the time to try it out yet, but I really love the Harvest Moon and Rune Factory series. So I'm happy to add that one to the collection, for sure. Also picked up 2 games for the Sega Master System. The first one is Miracle Warriors, Seal of the Dark Lord. How it is in good condition, and it's, the seller told me it was complete, but it really isn't. It's missing the map. Everything else is in here, but the map is missing, so I probably have to buy that separate if I can find it, or another copy, because I got this pretty cheap, and usually it's not all that cheap. So yeah, from the same seller I also bought Golvelius, Valley of Doom, and this one is complete and in perfect condition. So I'm really happy to have that. Golvelius is a really awesome game. I actually popped it in straight away when I got it, because when I was younger, I never had the Sega consoles. When I was younger, I was always growing up with Nintendo. But my cousins were the Sega fanboys, the Sega family. They had the Master System, the Mega Drive, and the Saturn. I don't think they ever got the Dreamcast. Yeah, and I remember going over there and playing a lot of Sega games. And this was one of the Master System games that I completely loved playing over there. So there's some nice memories tied to this title for sure. So I popped it in when I got this home and relived some of those moments. It's really good actually. So I would really recommend this to any fan of, you know, action RPGs. Also picked up a game that I've been wanting for a very long time, which is not all that cheap. It's not uncommon or anything. It's just like most Nintendo games. They never, you know, they're usually pretty expensive. And that's Metroid Zero Mission. I already have Fusion, but I really wanted this since it's a remake of the first game. And very happy to have it. Very happy to have it. It's in perfect condition. And I'm a bit of a Metroid fanboy. When it comes to Nintendo franchises, Metroid and Fire Emblem is my absolute favorite picks out of their franchises. So I'm not hating on Mario or Zelda or, you know, Donkey Kong or newly released Kid Icarus or anything, but the Metroid games, they're all about atmosphere. They're all about pinpoint perfect controls. It's just very awesome, and some really nice memories tied to that series as well. And Fire Emblem is of course a really great tactical RPG, and I'm very happy that it's seeing a Western release, the new 3DS game, at least here in Europe. But I would be pretty shocked if they didn't release it in America as well. But you know, stranger things have happened. Talking about the Nintendo DS, however, I also picked up a game that I've had on my radar for a long time, but you know, never had the chance to pick up actually. And that's Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. I think that's right, yeah. And I haven't tried this one out yet, but I really want to. It's an American version, it was never released here. And I really hope the new 3DS version sees a Western release, but I don't know. Also picked up a game for the original Xbox, and this is the sequel to one of my favorite Xbox games ever, and a series I would really love to see a return of, and that is Otogi. This is Otogi 2, Immortal Warriors. I think the first one is called Otogi Myth and Demons, and this is just an insanely fun action-adventure hack and slash, where you can, you know, cut up the environment and, you know, insanely artistic, and it's from Software, and they really know how to set the atmosphere and make a game very atmospheric and artsy. So I have actually played this before, but I never owned it, so was happy to add this to my collection. And since I put a little extra effort into collecting From Software titles, this is and versions of From Software titles, this will look great on the shelf. This is I've had a hard time finding a copy that I am happy with. This is in very, very nice condition, so very happy to have that. Also picked up Skylanders Spyros Adventure for the Xbox 360 with the Portal and the three Skylanders, of course, Gale Grunt and Trigger Happy and Spyro. And I already had the 3DS version, and I've been getting a lot of messages from people who said that this version is well, better. Why don't I pick it up? And I decided to pick it up now when it's a bit cheaper. And you know, I enjoyed it. I got all the achievements. It was a bit, coming from a person who played the 3DS version, I think it was a little bit too easy. I actually had a bit of a harder time on the 3DS version because it was more of an action platformer, and this is more of a very, very children-friendly dungeon crawler. However, the mechanics are awesome, you know, leveling up, you know, all your figures, and it would be nice to see something a little bit more hardcore in the vein of this. I mean, if they could do something like this with Pokemon, it would be pretty awesome. It would probably ruin us, but it would be pretty cool. Or if they just decide to make the sequel a bit more broader and not just focusing the game on, you know, children, because I believe that is what they have done here. Nothing wrong with that. I enjoyed the game, but from a person who enjoys a challenge, this was over in a couple of hours, and I will probably not play it again. I don't think so. Also picked up a game that is becoming pretty hard to come by and pretty expensive, and that's Dragon Quest: The Hand of the Heavenly Bride. This is Dragon Quest V. I really love the Dragon Quest games on the Nintendo DS and the PlayStation 2. So this was a no-brainer, and people have been telling me this is the best one. I've only played number 4, number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 9. So I haven't played this one, but I will do so very soon because I really love Dragon Quest. Something about a very traditional JRPG that appeals to me. Also picked up another N64 game. Actually, it's still sealed. It's Mega Man 64. This is the American version. It was never released here in Europe. I got this one actually pretty cheap, so was happy to have it. And I've heard mixed reviews, mixed, you know, feelings about this game, but it's supposed to be pretty decent, so I'm happy to add that to my collection. And Mega Man is always welcome here. He is a bit of a childhood hero of mine. Also picked up Batman Returns, the beat 'em up for the Super Nintendo. This is complete and in very, very good condition. Almost perfect condition, I might add. And it was shipped to me in one of these protective boxes that you can buy, which I actually plan to do. I actually plan to buy quite a few of these for at least my boxed games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and 64. It would be nice to sleeve the entire collection, all the DVDs and stuff, but I'm not sure what sleeves to use, and it's easy to get a replacement case for games like that, but if a case like this breaks, it's over. You can't replace it. It's nothing you can replace. So, and the game is pretty darn awesome as well. It's one of my favorite Batman games, actually. It's this one, the NES version, and of course Arkham Asylum. I haven't played Arkham City yet, even though I have the collector's edition staring at me right now. So yeah, I was really happy to find this one. Also bought Eldner X. I don't know how you pronounce it, Eldner X maybe, but this is an Ö, which is a Nordic letter or Swedish letter. So it's Eldner X Himmelsturmer. I'm not all that. I think it's Stürmer. I can't really speak German. So anyway, Eldner X Himmelsturmer. This is the limited edition. It is the PC release because the PlayStation 3 version was only PSN. And it's a pretty decent shoot 'em up. But what makes it pretty awesome is that the soundtrack is pretty killer. And it comes with the soundtrack and a lot of nice and little art guide, a little art book and stuff. So I had to pick this one up. It was not expensive at all, which is pretty. It shocked me a bit because the limited edition was very limited. So I'm happy to have it at least. So yeah. There's too few PC games in my collection as it is, so I just had to pick that one up. Also picked up an essential Wii game this month, and that's Pandoras Tower. This is the premium edition, or the limited edition. What's it called? The limited edition. And you can watch an unboxing here on YouTube if you want. It includes a steel case and stuff like that. I haven't had the time to play this one yet, but it's supposed to be a bit of a more an action adventure with a bit of RPG thrown in there. And I really look forward to trying it out. It's got some beautiful art. Also picked up The Witcher 2 Assassin, I think. Not Assassins of Kings. This is the Dark Edition, which just recently came out for the Xbox 360. Includes a lot of cool stuff. There's probably a couple of unboxings of this as well on the net, on YouTube. And this is the game that came in. This is the regular edition, which was neatly packed in this Dark Edition. And you get a lot of value for your money with the enhanced edition. For the 360 you get a map and a full color manual and quest guide and a nice sleeve for your game. And with the Dark Edition, of course, you get even more stuff, but it's a bit more expensive. And even though I already own the limited edition for the PC, I decided to pick this one up and played it through. I must say the PC version is far superior when it comes to graphics, and all the content in here you can download for free if you have bought the PC version of The Witcher 2. But the Xbox controller is... I felt that it was a lot nicer to play with an Xbox controller than the keyboard and mouse setup. So if anyone haven't played this yet, I would suggest the PC version with an Xbox 360 controller. I think that would be the most awesome setup. A great mixture there. I hope I didn't offend any PC PC fanboys or 360 fanboys for that matter. Because it's all about the games. Who cares about which system is better? It doesn't, you know, it's the games that makes the system. So, and who can blame CD Projekt Red for making more people aware of The Witcher? I sure can't. It's great they put it out there. I just wish they had put it on the PS3 as well, because for a person who only owns the PS3, I think they're really missing out. It's one of the best RPGs of last year, and well, one of my top 3 for Game of the Year last year. So it's a great game. So I really hope they make a port for the PS3 as well, and that it's a good port, of course. And nothing half-assed. Also picked up Ninja Gaiden 3, Ninja Gaiden 3, no Swedish in here. And this is the collector's edition. I haven't opened it yet, but I just had to buy this. I'm a very big fan of Ninja Gaiden and ninjas in general, of course. Ninjas are pretty darn awesome. And to anyone who says that pirates or zombies or anything else is cooler than a ninja, you are dead wrong. Ninjas are absolutely the coolest. But I think that has something to do with my childhood, you know. Growing up in the 80s, you know, with you know, all these martial arts ninja movies, and even the cartoons was very, you know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and you know, very influenced by ninjas. And you know, Ninja Gaiden on the NES was one of my favorite games, and yeah, so ninjas are pretty awesome, and that's one of the reasons I really enjoy From Software as well. They kind of tailor to all the things I enjoy in video games and, you know, life in general. You know, mechs with the Armored Core series and all their other mech-based games. Dark fantasy with the King's Field, Shadow Tower, and Dark and Demon Souls. They also tailored to my love of horror or atmospheric horror games with Kuon, Echo Knight. I think that's all of them, and of course ninjas with the Tenchu series, the ninja game for the PSP that I completely forgot the name of, and of course Ninja Blade, which is a game that gets a lot of flack, but I kind of enjoyed it. It's a bit like Ninja Gaiden on steroids. It's a bit too much QTE, quick time events, but on the other hand, I think they pulled off quick time events in a way it's a lot better than has been done, you know, before it. So yeah, From Software is A-OK in my book. And of course they you know, release strange shit. They don't only release Armored Core and you know, horror games and stuff. They release quite a lot of games. So yeah. And while we're on the topic of From Software, I must just take time to tell every one of you to, if you have a chance and if you enjoy Dark Souls, if you enjoy the dark fantasy that it brings to the table and the sheer awesomeness of the title, pick up this book. This is Dark Souls Design Works. It is only available in Japan, and so everything that is written in here is of course in Japanese. But it is well, it is a design works book. It has some art in it, of course, and some really awesome art. Just go in there, you see, and it's got some interviews with of course the producer and some other members of the team, well, where we get some insight in the development process, the artistic vision, and well, a lot of stuff. And if you're interested in this, you probably already know, but there's a YouTuber on here named EpicNameBro, who was one of the first persons on YouTube who started to make, you know, sort of let's plays, guide videos and everything about Dark Souls, because he got an early copy. And there's a community around him, another YouTuber named Quelag, And they discuss a lot of the lore in Dark Souls, because a lot of people say that there is no, there is no story to the game, there is no lore to be had, and they're dead wrong, because it's one of those games where you have to talk to the NPCs and read descriptions of items and puzzle the story together yourself, and that's something that makes the experience all that much more fulfilling. And Dark Souls is all about fulfillment, with the sense of relief and accomplishment when you figure something out, or when you defeat a very hard enemy, or or an invading player, or when you invade someone and just tear him to shreds. And such a great game, such a great company. So I really think if you really want to support From Software and Dark Souls, pick this one up. I think it's still available via PlayAsia. So check it out. It's a really awesome book. And I really wish I could read Japanese. But if you check out EpicNameBro's channel, I'll add the description below. You can watch his video when he goes through this game, this book a bit. And he knows Japanese, or at least he has got the interview a bit summed up in English, so he can tell you a bit what Miyazaki and the guys in here was sharing with us fans, and some pretty hilarious stuff actually. So I really recommend that you watch that if you enjoy Dark Souls. Anyway, that's all the games that I picked up in the month of April, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.